Hi friends, my name's Sheldon Livesay. I'm the director for One Accord Ministry. And I want to tell you, even as we get older, that many times we as adults need a refresher course in prayer and the importance of prayer. And I'll tell you what I mean in just a minute. But there's so many times that we get comfortable in where we are, and when situations happen, we forget to pray. Well, one year in 2013, I was invited to go with the Bob Tebow Association overseas to the Philippines, where we were going to do evangelism for 2 weeks. It was an exciting time. I was going to get to go with a pastor friend in Kingsport, Tennessee now. And I was so excited about it. And there's a presentation that you learn in doing evangelism. And I spent 3 months on that presentation. I was pumped. I was ready to go. So we drove to Knoxville, Tennessee. And I think there was maybe another 1 or 2 of us that flew out from Knoxville. And we maybe went to Washington, I believe, and then to New York. And from New York, we were meeting larger numbers of our group. And now we were going to fly over to Japan and then down to the Philippines. So we got off in Japan, and then we had a couple-hour break, and we were going to get on another flight and fly another 5 hours, already 18, another 5 hours down to the Philippines. So anyway, there's something that I didn't know. Are there times you can look back and say, oh man, if I'd only known that, how much it would have saved me? So in fact, there was a couple of things I didn't know, but the first thing I didn't know was that your passport for some nations had to be 6 months more dated than the date on the passport. So if my passport expired January the 21st, 2014, now in 2013, it had to be, I couldn't have a passport more than July the 21st. So anyway, that's the date that we left, July the 21st. The only problem was we flew forward in time, so when we got to Japan, it was no longer July the 21st, even though it was the same day, it was July the 22nd. And I didn't realize this. We were starting to get on the plane, and here I go. I'm with a group. We don't even know where we're going. We just know that somebody's supposed to pick us up when we get there. You ever been in situations like that? So anyway, I was being a Southern gentleman, and all of my group starts going up the running board, and all the girls going, the guys and the girls, and I just am standing back to be the last one. And when I start up, this little Japanese girl puts her hands on the rails, both sides, and she said, "Mister, you can't go." And I said, "The what you say? The what you say? I can't go. I don't even know where I'm going. I can't stay. I've got to go. You've got to let me go." She said, "No, you can't go." And I tried to, she couldn't even explain enough English to tell me why. She just said that my passport had expired, I couldn't go. And so she took me over. They'd already unloaded my luggage, and she had my luggage and handed it to me, and she said, "Follow me, and we'll get this fixed, we'll get this taken care of." So I followed her, and we went through a door, and I was in the lobby of the airport. The main lobby where everybody comes before you go through security, now is on the other side, and the door shut, and I looked around, and she was gone. I mean, she was gone. What am I going to do? So now I'm going up to people. Of course, I'm thinking, people that are Japanese are not going to be able to speak English, but I go up to anybody that looks white, Caucasian, and as I say something to them, they turn around and they address me in Italian or French or German or some other Spanish, some other language that I didn't know. So for 3.5 hours, I was dragging my luggage in this little area. I'd gone to all the booths around. Nobody could speak English. And I'll tell you, friends, and I don't mind telling you, as bad as it seems, that I cried first, and then I prayed. I had a breakdown right there in the airport. It's the most fearful I've ever been in my life. But I broke down right there, and then I prayed. I had not finished saying amen before somebody tapped me on the back and said, "You speak English, don't you?" And I said, "Yes, sir." And I explained very quickly what was going on, that I had been removed from the plane, didn't even know where I was supposed to go. I had to have a room or someplace that I could stay until I get it all figured out. And so he said, "Well, if you go all the way through this corridor, this big, long corridor, into the next corridor, the first booth on the right, that person speaks perfect English, and they will help you get situated and get into a room where you can get it figured out." So I go into that room, and sure enough, there's a lady there, the most helpful lady, and I'm saying, "Lord, I just need a room for tonight. Please help me find a room for tonight." She said, "No problem. I can book you a room for right here. It's just right at the edge of the airport, so you can get back or do whatever you need to do. You can get it all figured out." She said, "And there's a train that leaves from here that goes downtown in Tokyo, and down there that's the U.S. Embassy where you can get your passport taken care of." She explained it all. I didn't have all the numbers or anything, but she explained it. So anyway, she explained how to get the bus to the motel. I went to the motel, lots and lots of stories in that, but it came back. And all of that to say this, that even in a time that's fearful, look to the Lord, call on the Lord, and the Lord answers you. It's even in those times. And sometimes, even when things aren't looking like they're going to work out, they can be some of the most blessed times of your life. Because just 2 days later, I went the very next day and I got the passport renewed. I got my ticket to the airline. They even discounted a ticket because I didn't have money, and my credit card was shut off, my phone was shut off, my laptop didn't work, but I got in contact. I had just enough juice in my laptop to make one email back to the United States to the one person I'd communicated with, and they were able to communicate back with me during that time for the next night, because I figured out how to plug my laptop in by that time. So they communicated. They said they'd be there, just get the ticket down, and I emailed them when I would arrive. So by the time I got to the Philippines, it was the most rewarding experience of my life, where I stood before thousands and thousands of people and were able to lead them to Jesus Christ. All of the difficulty was worth it. Would I go back? I don't know, but it was worth that time to experience seeing so many people in schools, teachers, students, and even principals come to a saving knowledge of Jesus Christ as we presented the gospel to them. What a time that was. So friends, when you have trouble, what do? You pray first before you cry. You pray first and watch God step in to help you through those times and situations. Thank you for allowing me to share this with you today. God bless you, and you have a great day.